Good Dawning. Welcome to another episode of Good Dawning with myself here. I always love that Geico commercial. Mike, 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 Mike. There we go. Speak. Mike, 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 Mike. There it goes. Welcome. All right, guys. There we go. Microphone on. Welcome to another episode of Good Dawning, and thank you again. Thank you, patience there. I'm awake. We are live, and oof, yeah, we will be taking a nap today, I'm sure. But yeah, so welcome. Thank you. Appreciate all of you being here, and thank you for the 5 minute delay there, guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. But we are here, and so yeah, we may be 5 minutes early. But otherwise, guys, thank you. I appreciate it. Bonnie Goodunning, welcome. Letty B. Goodunning, Millie Goodunning as well. And yeah, gotta go to bed earlier. Figure things out here. But welcome. Today it's gray and rainy today, so yeah, good day to take a maybe a nap, and then Chloe, good dawning as well. I've set it up, but Chloe will be live on Saturday. I will get that set up today, this afternoon, today. And so Chloe will be live with us Saturday. We're going to go live same time as when I used to go live, which would be 8:30. So after Truthwave, we will have Chloe's crystals, and so yeah, and join us. It should be fun. All right, so welcome, guys. Grateful you're all here. Today we have the Golden Healer. We're going to use that. And I've got decks over here. So, actually, you know what? We'll use these guys. We have them here, so we're going to use these guys as well. And yeah. Oof. How are we doing? Let's see who we got here. Chloe, Victor, good dawning. Thank you. Victor from Truthwave Energy, Truthwave Meditation. Fatima, good dawning. Welcome, Fatima. And how's your brother John doing there as well? All right, so let's cut these cards, get the paper out of the way. If you have paper, you may want to grab it for gratitude in a few. All right. So yeah, Chloe will be live on Saturday dawning then with Crystal. She doesn't have a lot of new, but there's a lot there. So certainly a lot you may not have even seen. So we're going to do a mix up a show out of that. Chloe's boat stuff is on a slow boat from China, so to speak, or slow boat from the other side of the world to here, but we don't know when. So once it gets here, we'll have another show. But there's so much there that. So all right, so let's cut the cards here and see what we get for today, guys. All right, 3 piles. Lindsay, good dawning. All right, so let's see what we've got. Lottie B, good dawning. 2 and 3. All right, so for today's energy is expand, and not your waistline, right? But, expand otherwise, not your waistline. So if you're having being asked to expand, you live in a huge world with endless possibilities. So that's a good card for me to grab there, is to expand, right? Because that's what we're looking to do in my universe, is to find a way to expand so that we bring in more financial, and then, of course, do more, right? That's also what it's about. If I knew what I needed to do myself, then I'd expand. So how are you expanding? And we don't mean your waistline, of course, but otherwise. All right, so in order to expand, we need to, oh, there you go, change. All right, well, that makes it easy. All right, there you go, guys. Yeah, so you're being asked to change what doesn't serve you in order to expand. All right. So if you're looking to, then, oh, of course, and jump in. Well, what is it, though, that you're looking to expand and jump into? Jump in. So you're being asked to take a chance and give whatever you're questioning a try. So sometimes you don't know what that is, right? But if you know what it is, jump in, right? Jump. And finally, have patience. There you go. So, wow, that's pretty simple stuff here. Patience. It's always a virtue, right? So jump in, then have patience. So you're being asked to practice patience right now. So in order to expand, not your waistline, you need to change something. What do you need to change? Only you know that. Jump in to whatever you're doing, and then have patience because you gotta let it grow. That's kind of what we're doing here, right? Patience. It's or what Victor's doing on his channel or anything else. It is a virtue, but you have to have that virtue, that patience, to let it grow, let it go, so to speak, and grow into it. So craziness. Actually, that's a really good combo there. All right, guys. So where are you looking to crazy change? Expand. All right, so what do you look? Hershey, good dunning. Thank you. Let's see what we got here. Millie, awesome. Chloe, thin it out. So do a short for what people want to see on Sunday, and advertising to your subscribers where to catch you live. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. And an update on your website too. So it's not just about what Chloe's doing as far as selling crystals. It'll also be an update that she can give on her website where that stands, and ETAs if there is one, and such. Good Dunning Hershey. Thank you for doing all the YouTube-y stuff there. Like she says there, please hit the bell and subscribe and like and such. Welcome. And so yeah, so sorry for rushing this morning, running late again. Yeah, eventually this 5:30 or the 6 a.m. may shuffle out to another time at some point, but it is what it is now. Scotty boy, good dawning. It's just a matter of holding myself and trying to stay through this craziness. That's as my universe is going like this until it finally. And eventually, yeah, we're gonna have to settle off on some sort of other ways to earn funds here outside of doing concerts that won't be around in October. I just put out the September calendar, so we're be busy in September probably too. But yeah, so I don't know. We just got to leave back and trust and kind of see where this rolls. Yeah, please do all the YouTube things, like, share, and subscribe. If you're new here, please do subscribe, guys. If you're new here and sitting in the background or whatever, hit the bell for when we do go live here as well. But thank you all. Appreciate it. And yeah, so from your end, then, how are you looking to expand? What are you looking to expand? That's the question. Where are you looking to grow into, to expand into, and to become, right? As we're all at that space, and if you, I don't know if you've noticed where you are, and maybe, but I'm seeing that the collective and all of us in general are kind of in that space where it's like the split, right? So we'll talk about like the 3D, 5D, or the Earth split, is we've been hearing from like all the way back to Dolores Cannon and the New Earth, right? And so as we stand here and we can see that split, we're standing in that split right now because a lot of us are in that delineation point where we're creating our own new universes, right? Like myself, where at least I'm not just sitting here, I'm doing concerts. And so we're making money between that and DoorDash, we're surviving. But we're done with most of us are done with that survival lifestyle, though, or that survival life. And so even those who, and I've noticed in the collective here with us that we're all kind of at that point where that creative point, right? That point where it's like, all right, we're here, but we've got to, it's time to start moving up, right? And so from your end, where are you looking to go? What are you looking to do? We're all looking to move forward in some fashion through this, but where are we looking to go? How are we looking to even get there? Um, so yeah, that's the question for the group in general. Where are you in that? And really anybody out there who's watching this, generally, most of us here at least are way past the sitting in the trauma phase and the dark night phase, and so now it's like a lot of us are at that point where we're on that new earth realm, right? Where we have to, it's time for us to, where we have to go create the new earth in some fashion. How are we doing that? And what are you doing to create the new earth? Hershey. Oh, I like that. We'll check them out. Let's see what we've got here. Tina, good dunning. All right, Truthwave. All right, Mosaic and I heard the weirdest stuff on the sky. Wait a minute, there we go. Mosaic and I heard the weirdest stuff in the sky last night, y'all. I got a couple of shorts up. Cannot figure out what the sounds were. I heard maybe the Matrix is falling apart. All right, so definitely going to check that out this after the show. So we've got Hershey, the shadow reader. She has some shorts, and I'm going to pin that for the moment. So yeah, check out the pinned message and then you can go ahead and check the shorts out through the pinned message there. Just go to channel. But yeah, so apparently Hershey and Mo have some crazy sounds they heard in the sky, and then they posted some shorts of those said sounds on the tube here. So definitely, guys, check that out. Wow, yeah, I'm curious if it sounds like the trumpets in the sky people are hearing, or if it's clashing and banging. I don't know what is if you can. What kind of sound is it? The thing changing colors to Hershey. Did you see it in real life? Whoa, okay. Fall 23rd, I heard John Mellencamp, when the wall comes crumbling down 24/7 in my head. Talk about earworm. Wow. All right. The first thing, change colors to Hershey. Did you see it changing? Oh, wow. All right. So there's a lot more going on here. Yes, when you physically walk outside, the sky was one color, but when I put the camera on it, changed colors instantly. Oh, wow. The shorts also feature a generator running, so you need to listen past that. It's like the engine's revving thunder. Oh wow. Okay. It's like jet engines revving thunder. Oh wow. All right. So yeah, definitely check those out, guys. If you're not subscribed, then subscribe as well. But check out the from Hershey and Mo there for sure. Thank you, guys. Definitely, and thank you for capturing that. You guys are capturing a lot lately. If you haven't seen Hershey, anyways, there, check it out. The Blue Angels with Hershey and Mo there when she was on vacation. Fun in the sun. So there's tons of video of the Blue Angels as well, guys. So check that out when you're out there as well. You can't make that up. Truthwave, I'll post it in Discord. If you share them with them, know where you got it from. Okay, cool. So yeah, I saw that weird and so cool you caught it. All right. Yeah, it sounded like flopping metal or tin of some kind. Oh wow. All right. All right. So yeah, so check that out, guys. So apparently we've got some sort of alien. We don't know what we got, but noise in the sky. So we're gonna work with the Golden Healer here at the end of the show, guys. So yeah. So thank you. All right, we're gonna do the curve cards. I don't know how much longer we will continue doing the curve cards, but we will do so today. I have ideas of things I want to do for the show, and more palmistry stuff too. I'm looking into bringing in more palmistry stuff so we can learn more palmistry together. No need, Hershey. I'll share them from YouTube. She'll see where they came from. Yeah, you can put an at. Whenever you share something from YouTube, make sure you put an at in the channel name and it'll turn blue. Then they'll know that you, once it turns blue there, they'll know, you share it, of course, and it turns blue, they'll know that you shared the channel as well. They'll get a notification. Um, All right, guys. So we got the curve cards, and the curve cards are just energetics that we've been doing here on the show. And so from your end and mine, we just call colors here on the curve cards themselves. And of course, the reason why is we live in an intuitive situation here, right? Earth is an intuitive plane. If you can't see into it, you can see, but you can only see so little, right? So you can't see somebody who's vile, right? You can't see if they are evil or mean or what have you. You have to feel into that, right? You have to have a sense that they are going to be evil or mean, right? You can't see into somebody going to guaranteeing they're going to be happy or loving or caring. You have to have a sense that they are loving, happy, or caring. You can't see into anybody's universe. You have to feel into their universe and vice versa. And so in this aspect, everything in this universe on this plane, whether we're ascending, not ascending, dark night of the soul, or otherwise, and there's a lot of it in the dark night of the soul, you have to feel into what you're doing, right? Into your universe. And so in this case, then, we do the curve cards to help us to walk on planet Earth a lot easier, to go, ooh, I'm not eating there. And then you find out they failed their health inspection, right? Or you go, ooh, I'll love to eat there. And you find out that maybe they have a Michelin star, right? And you have no idea. So exactly. So just or finding an apartment, right? You got to find an apartment. Would you just go around and shop based on price, or would you also shop based on energies, right? This feels right. This has the intuitive hit that I'm looking for, the feeling to live here versus living in this place, and to be two identical looking apartments almost. So yeah, so you're gonna go with your gut, right? Same difference. And so that's why we use the curve cards here. Not because we love curve cologne and it's everybody's favorite from 2002 there, 2001. No, we use this because, no, it's a deck I have. No, we use this because, again, it's a living toroidal field, and we need to intuitively figure out what we're doing, right? If we could see everything, then it would be crazy, but we don't want to do that. All right, so from your end and mine, I'm going to call these out. All you got to do is call red or black. We're going to do this really kind of fast here. 1, 2, 3, boom, 1, 2, 3, boom, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. All right, but the last one, again, guys, this is also a mesmery test, right? So make sure your memory is up to snuff here. The last card should be pretty simple here, if you've kept a track of what's red and black, right? Same thing when we do the suits. When we're finished, we'll flip back and do the suits. That one will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 instead of 1, 2, 3, and then poof, we'll show the card. Whether you have it in the chat or not, we're going to kind of like that with these instead of hanging around with it, so to speak. Because the universe, when somebody comes into your frame, right? Other than the fact that you will visually judge them, energetically, you judge somebody within 3 to 5 seconds, 3 to 8 seconds. You will energetically, not even really, it's faster than that, but you give yourself a window of about 3 seconds, maybe 8 seconds at the most, to energetically judge somebody. And so this will put you better in tune with those judgments that you may have about somebody's energetic field. If you're, that's the other reason why we do these things. All right, guys. So here we go. Are we ready and set? And let me shuffle off against these a little bit better. So I'm not seeing what they're set for either. All right, here we go, guys. Ready? 1 and 2 and 1. What color is this? A 1, a 2, a 3. And we're not trying to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop, but a 1, a 2, a 3. Here we go. All right, red. Ace of... All right, next card, guys. We're going to do this that fast. A 1, 1,000. A 2, a 1,000. A 3, a 1,000. Red. Now we made this really easy. If you understand cards, this will be about as easy as it gets. And sometimes life will deal it easy energy to you, and you'll be like, oh, no, 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 this person needs to just go step away, please. No, thank you. And then, ooh, I can't read this person, right? Same thing. So this is the easy energy, right? 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, black, obviously. And then what's the next one? Should be pretty simple here. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, black again. All right, so we're gonna speed this up and do we'll speed it up, so to speak, 5 seconds, but still. We're gonna do the suits now. So we'll call it the, instead of red or black, we're gonna call it the diamonds, hearts, clubs, or spades, and see where you guys are with that, and see how test your intuition, guys. That's what this is, right? All of this is just to help us walk in the intuitive realm that we are in a better manner. When you go to a job, right? Go interview for a job. Are you not being intuitive, or are you not walking around there looking, do I want to work here? Do these people look like someplace I would want to, people I could deal with or want to talk to, right? Is this a product I can, or what does the company stand for, right? And is that something that I can get behind? Because if you're working for a company, you're putting your energy into their efforts. So if you found out that, right, would you want to put your energy behind X company that may not? No, you would not, right? So how does the company behave? Because you are now part of that cog, right? And you're part of that energy. So lots of things to think about here intuitively. It's not just looking for work, right? If you're looking for work. So everything on this planet is an intuitive hit in some fashion or another. You ever walk into the store needing something and you kept going, I'll go tomorrow. I'll go to the next day. Then you finally get to the store and it's on sale, right? And it's 30% off. And you're like, what? Wait a minute. Okay. That's why right. That's your intuition was waiting until it went on. So you just knew. How often does that happen to you? So it's just, that's why we do these things. It's not, we're not doing this for, yeah, I mean, it really, it kind of looks corny when you're thinking about it on a YouTube channel here, but in the end, it's right. Why did I not go to the square today or to the park? And then something goofball happens at the park, right? Your intuition. The guy who didn't go to work on YouTube, right? So we go 9 So the guy who didn't go to work on the day, and then his world came tumbling down, right? And the walls came tumbling down afterwards. Was sitting there watching on TV with his mouth open. He had more intuitive hit than more intuition flowing through him than he ever realized, or she ever realized, right? So exactly, that's why we do this. It's not this isn't the most grandest things. A lot of things we do on this channel here are not like the most grandest things or the most exciting things. Some of my shorts are kind of flat and they're not like, woo, I'm not flash or anything, but we do these because this is the realm we live in. And it's the simplest little things like this that really make it a lot easier for us to walk this planet. To go, I'm not taking that street, and then you find out there's a massive accident on it, or it's all about your intuition, and when it comes down to it, in a lot of ways, and so yeah, that's why we do this, guys. So I appreciate it, and yeah, I don't know. So yeah, so let's call. We'll put these forward to. Today we're going to call the suits here, and here we go, guys. I know it's not flash. It's like I said, a lot of this stuff on the show isn't flashy, but when I got guided to do all of this, whether it's Saint Germain or my higher self or whomever, whatever it is, when we were guided to do all this, it was really about what, and you put all the puzzle pieces together, how to best intuitively walk through this planet, and in a lot of ways energetically is what we're doing, and it's stuff that I needed to learn, and so the universe, my higher self, brought it to all of us here to help you. All right, so here we go. What suit are we looking at here? We're going to flip these up. We're going to give this 5 seconds. Diamond, heart, what have you call it, diamond, heart, club, or spade. There are no jokers. The midnight tokers we left in the out of the pile for today. We'll use them on Friday. But yeah, and of course the universe is going to throw jokers at you as well, right? If we're all diamonds in the light, so to speak, then the universe, conversely, we're going to attract those jokers that are going to want to take our light, right? And so, exactly, our intuition, again, when somebody comes into your frame, you make a judgment in about 3 to 10 seconds there, 3 to 8 seconds, give or take. Fast ass judgment about somebody. So are you making even the right judgment? And that's why part of the reason we do this as well is that when you're feeling into this person is yay, this person is nay, I'm going to continue to ask follow-up questions so I can continue a conversation, or I'm going to dead the conversation by going and thank you, have a great day, and walk away, right? And so you have that choice, but it's all about what you feel inside. And that's because everything that you feel inside is what's exploding outside in front of you. And that's based, again, a lot of that on your intuition, right? So there we go. All right. So let's work on these. So whatever you see there. But yeah, thank you. I've been meaning to say that. But yeah, it's why we do what we do. I'm not flashy, and and I appreciate any help to become more flashy on the channel and make it more flashy. But these things that we do are just some of the littlest, simplest exercises that can make such a huge difference in our daily lives and where we go and how we operate in this tordial field, energetic field that we call Earth. But yeah, so thank you. All right, so from my end to yours, I'm going to flip these out in no particular order. I mean, pull one out of the cart, out of the middle here. All right, here we're going to do this. Fan them out, and I'm just going to grab one. All right, so what's the sign? All right, what sign do we have? What is this, so to speak? Suit. There we go. 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000. All right, suit of today. This is the Ace of Spades. If we played spades there, you'd have the card, right? Anybody ever play spades? Popular game in the military and in jail too, from what I understand. Spades. All right. Next card, guys. And again, all right. What do we have here? 1 1,000. 2 Henny. Good dunning. 3 1,000. 4 1,000. 5 1,000. All right, guys. I'm going to flip this over. What suit is this? It's the hearts. You ever play hearts, right? That's another fun game. Pretty good at both. But all right, here we go. Next card, guys. And again, what suit do we have? 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000. The reason why we count it off and spit it out is, again, the universe is just when things are just poof. It's like a pop up. Your whole universe is a pop up, like whack-a-mole, pop up universe, right? And so whatever pops up in your frame isn't going to give you any warning. So you're going to have to like that. All right. Diamonds, with diamonds in the rough. So if we've had those 3, then this one should be pretty self-explanatory. There's no reason why you shouldn't have at least one quarter of these correct for sure. Always, right? If because it's always a memory test as well. And a lot of what you see out there is a memory test, but remember, we remember it 50% correct and 50% not. The story gets kind of jumbled, and so 50. We'll remember the same situation, but we'll never remember it the same way twice, too, which is crazy. All right, ready? 1, 2, and 3. Boom. Here you go. The Ace of Clubs. All right, guys. So tomorrow we will work with the curve cards yet again and curve with those cards. But yeah. So thank you, guys. Again, let's stop burning the midnight oil, so to speak. But not really. But yeah, so right now, good dunning still. I'm gonna stick at 6. Now next week, guys, there will be a little bit of a short shift, but I will certainly be here. But I will explain a little bit further here. But I will be working practice for the Denver Broncos. One practice that I'm parking cars in the lot, and then the other 3, I'm actually on the field. But I face the other direction. I don't watch the practice, but I don't really care. But so you don't rush on the field, basically. When you're standing, you can rush right past me. So, but I have to be there at 6. I get picked up, or to leave the hotel. I have to be on my position at 6. So we're gonna do good dunning, but it's gonna be early. But we'll do kick it a half an hour earlier and just have a shorter show, but so something to that effect. But we'll figure it out. Maybe an hour earlier, but it's only 2 days, and they actually put me up in a hotel because nobody's training camp. You never hear about the NFL training camp being like in downtown wherever, what it's at least some college or something like 45, 50 minutes way outside of town. So yeah, either way though, they put you up in a hotel room, so which I'll take, and it's I think it's a Hilton as well. And you get free lunch, breakfast, for breakfast, lunch, and I think dinner, or at least they give you money for dinner. But so yeah, and we can go live from the hotel room, but we'll get it all figured out here. So just a few days of that, but they're 12-hour shifts, and so just working like 2 of those one week and 2 of those the next. It's like boom, and the Broncos pay pretty good too. So there you go. So yeah, and there's nothing to do. They're easy shifts because you kind of just stand. That's the great thing about this job, right? I'm not really doing anything. I'm just like a body in space, right? Like stand by this door and or check credentials, and people can't walk past this threshold, right? Which I had to do for the concert I worked for Katy Perry there, but don't let people pass this threshold, right? And so if they don't have the right credentials, and so yeah, exactly. So yeah, so I'll post more about it or discuss more about that. But yeah, who knows? Do a random live from wherever I am, Dove Valley, wherever the heck the Broncos training camp is. But yeah, so we'll see what we can do there. But yeah, so it'll be fun. But so yeah, I don't expect all of you guys to show up if we're going to be even earlier. There won't be a chance to go later because the shifts are from 6 to 6. But I really couldn't pass up the pay there as well, because just 2 of those days there could pretty much knock half of my rent right out. So yeah, so good dining, guys, and yeah, so we've been talking about energetic pins, right? And putting an energetic pin in your universe, or having an energetic pin in your universe, and then fracturing, like when you're in trauma, right? Having a fracture of leaving a part of you where you dropped that pin where the trauma happened, right? You get in a big auto accident and favorite. We're just talking about the hypotheticals here, and you drop a pin into your universe. Eventually, you're going to have to clear that pin, or you're always going to have some form of trauma about being driving, right? Especially if you had a medical this and that and favor. To anybody who's ever had that. But yeah, have you had to go back and clear that trauma then? And once you do, then you get to remove the pin, and you can then work from, your soul can work from integrating what it left. This is the fun part, right? When you're removing those pins, is you get to integrate. And so now your soul, from whenever that auto accident happened until present, where it fractured, right? So you're standing here, but you're here, so part of you has to now catch up until you become whole again. That's always the fun part, right? Where did the fracture happen, and what has to catch up? For myself, there's a ton to catch up. I always wondered, I didn't attach to people or friends or anything in my universe, and now we know why. So there's so much at age 2, right, that I have lots of fractured stuff that now has to merge with the present person that I am. And of course, the present person that I am is generally just a conglomeration of trauma. For myself, trauma responses, and healed what I've healed as well. But most of my responses are then traumatic responses. So I have to stand here and figure out what's fractured me versus what's not fractured me. When you're picking the pin up and you want to clear the energies and reintegrate your soul. So yeah, that's where a lot of us are in that portion where we're trying to create our universes, right? So a lot of us are trying to pick those pins, and we're looking for those energetic pins like we do in a map, right? When we go out to Bob's restaurant, and we have our list of our favorite restaurants, and we put a pin in Bob's restaurant and put it under our favorite food. Exact same deal that we're doing now. We're going back into our universes, and we're pulling those energetic blocks, right? What's been blocking me from creating my universe? And this energetic pin, I got bullied in school. Ooh, that happened to me all the time because of the energy that I carried all the time. But so I got bullied here, and so I didn't, and it all went downhill from it. So that's the pin. And if you can recognize in your universe where we all know where our break-offs are, right? When we had traumatic responses, traumatic things happen, and we went off and created another universe or another timeline, or created a way to soothe that responses, to soothe the trauma that happened, right? um, Whatever it is for you, can you look into your universe and see where you need to pull those pins out of your timeline, or just like out of the map, just a good dunning, out of your timeline there, to flip it around in your universe, right? And clear it so that you can move forward. That's where a lot of us, I've noticed, in the group, are at as well. So we're all creating our universes. A lot of us here are all in the new earth, right? Seeing that split and creating our universes outside of the realm that, the other realm, right? The energetic grab realm, where we're all worried about this, that, and the other. That's yeah. So when we look at that split, and I'm kind of trying to explain this as I'm talking here as well, to if my mother's watching, for example, or those who may not understand how you can see that new Earth, that split that we're in, and that's where we are, right? If you really stand here, we're in that split where we're now stepping into our new frame, into our new energy, into our new selves, pulling those energetic pins, right, out of our timelines, so that we can integrate those energies, right, and not live in the trauma response, clearing that so that we can move forward in creating our universes, however we're looking to create our universes, whatever we're looking to do. Um, so yeah, that may be that. So can you see that in your life? And can you see, what are you integrating? What trauma pins what timeline pins have you pulled out of your timeline? What traumatic action events have you been able to reintegrate out of your timeline, so that you've been clear enough, or got clear enough, right? Because otherwise you're just standing in trauma response, and as you swim through it, right? So in your end, what have you been able to clear so that you can step in to your highest self, into your higher self, having cleared all that trauma response, right? And being in your highest frame, and integrating it, of course. And so what we're going to start to do here as well is to work with clearing energies, clearing trauma out of our timeline, clearing blocking energies and things that would block us from creating our future timeline as well, by doing invocations and otherwise. And at least once or twice a week, we will do some clearing, because this is something that we're doing on the daily. And we all find, hi from Germany, MS Sam. Good, welcome, Sam, from Germany. Awesome. Thank you. Looking good. I appreciate that. So from your end, then, what made you be able to identify in your frame, and so that has been blocking you, and really, if you've gone through the dark night of the soul, then you'll know, at least in your end there, what energies you've removed, and have you integrated those into your frame, or are you still carrying that in your timeline, and carrying that pin, energetic pin, so to speak, in your timeline. And if you are, then it's going to be part of that. But if you pick it out of your timeline, even just in a subconscious sort of way, then you have a clear timeline, right? Then at that point, you get it exactly. All right. So yeah, where are you? But then, what are you looking to create? That's the other question. And a lot of us here may not even know. And I'll be honest, in a lot of ways, we're creating a dawning here, and I'm grateful, and it's not going to go anywhere. The time definitely will probably change, because yeah, I don't know how much longer I can personally keep up this early schedule here. It's kind of beating me to shreds. But yeah, it'd be surprising when we did good dawning at 8:30 that even getting up for Truth Wave, the extra hour and a half, does make a difference. So I don't blame anybody who's not here in that aspect. But what are you looking to create now that we are in that creative realm? And because we're not giving our energies to them anymore, right? So we're the new earth. And the new earth is that new age tab, it's that tabula rasa, it's that blank slate. and that is that new earth. That show that we do on Sunday, the title really has a larger meaning there. The Nuestra Tabla Rasa, the new, the empty slate, the empty tablet, the empty energy, the new energy, right? And that's where we all are. We are that tabla rasa at the moment. And so, what are you looking to create? What are you creating? And what are you looking to chisel into that tablet of yourself and create? And that's the whole reason what we're doing is to remove those energy blockages, those pins, as you might see like on a map in your universe, to so you have clear flow to create your universe, so that the traumas and the things that happen for us, they never really happen to us in the long run. Even what happened in myself happened for me, because now I'm freeing from it and can see it, even though, but it's all like that anyways, right? So yeah, so where are you seeing that blockages, and what can you do to remove the pins from your universe? And once you have the pin and know what you're looking at, right? Once you can sit in your timeline and see where those are, and we generally know where those breaking points are. Some of us, again, though, may have a pin in our timeline that we don't even know is there. So, like for me, I didn't know until I was able to know that I had a pin at 2.5 years old, sitting in my timeline, marking a humongous trauma. So a lot of us may not know that either until you beat around and clear the other pins out, and it's the last pin standing. So for myself, it was the last energy standing, so to speak, after 7 years of the dark night of the soul. So I had to cry it out until it showed itself, right? And so from it was able to show itself. So from your end, what could be in your universe as well is in hiding until you've cleared enough to allow yourself to see it come through as well. So keep that. Henny, love you so much. My partner in laughter. We love you, Henny. Favor there and big healing, favored love, and you're gonna find the best place ever, aren't you, Henny? Um, if you don't stay where you're at. Um, all right, yes, Bunny. I used to listen to 1010 wins because they repeated the time constantly. That's like there's a WMAR or something. There's a channel in Chicago that does that too. WLS. There you go. I think that's it. They give you the news and the weather every 15 and the time every 15 or something. All right, my shenanigans, brother. Tina, I have roosters outside my bedroom window who like singing to mommy bright and early. All right, so everybody's in a different universe, right? Like, so Tina literally has roosters. How many of you guys have roosters outside? That's the whole point. We were all living and seeing and standing in our own field. I have no roosters in front of me, madam. If I stand on outside my window, I have a stack of 3 apartments directly across from me, and then a whole view of more apartments. But I do have Rocky Mountain National Park, which I cannot see at the moment, right there as well. So I can see into, when I look out my window, I see the mountains that consist of Rocky Mountain, not all of them, because there's a bunch, but I see some of the mountains that consist of Rocky Mountain National Park in front of me. So that's the point. And so everybody's timeline is going to be different. Now, the question is, old Earth, new Earth, are you, when you're creating your timeline, are you creating your new timeline, your new universe, based off of what you're seeing on XOF or NNC or MSNBC and their computer guys channel? You get it. Right. So we don't even want to, you got to be careful. The Al Gore has no rhythm, right? Remember that. And so even talking about NNC and OFX and all the rest of those channels that supposedly give you news, right? But yeah, they. That's the, we don't really know, of course, agendas, right? But nonetheless, are you building your new universe based off of what they're feeding you, the spoon that they're dishing out, and the energy they're giving you, or are you building your new universe, your timeline, based off of your energy and what suits you and what you're realizing you want to be and see in your universe with your real eyes, right? Because we all have our own, we all see everything differently, but are you giving the energy to them and then creating your universe around that? Or are you creating your universe in lieu of that energy and leaving that energy really in the dust? That's the new earth. we know what's going on, and we all do, right? Each and every one of you know about the immigrants in the United States. Each and every one of you know who the president is and what's going on. We know about the WARs that are on the multi-level, multifaceted ones that are going on planet Earth, physical and otherwise, and energetically, right? That we know about the energetic wars more than most do, anyways. Um, so what energies are you giving any of that as you create your new universe? As we step into, and that's where we are, guys. We're on that precipice, that delineation point, the threshold of creating the new earth, right? As we stand in that threshold of creating new earth, are we dragging old earth with us? That's part of why we have to clear our timelines and pull those energetic pins out, because otherwise we're creating it based off of the old timeline energies that don't even, we're stepping out of. We're stepping out of our trauma timelines, and we're stepping out of the earth's trauma timelines as well. We're always going to be in fashion aware of this, that, or the other, but we're not going to sit there and when to scream energies at it. That's the new earth, right? We're going to send it love, but I mean, we're not going to, right, exactly. And we can see into how some of this is about energy co-opt. All of this is generally about co-opting your energy as a source creator, right? As a source creator. And so everything that we're doing here is to help, in a lot of ways, help us to stay on that new earth timeline, to pull our energetic pins, those pins that have been keeping us tied to the old timeline, to the old earth. That's the idea, guys. There's a deeper level here when it all rolls out of what we do here and what we're doing here. Illuminate that. Hey, illumination portal. Good dawning. Welcome. Um, so that's what we're doing here, guys, is we're working in a fashion to clear ourselves so that we step in to the new earth, into that new timeline. A, with better intuition, so that we create a better timeline for ourselves, and B, by clearing those energetic pins from our old timeline, those things that have grounded us into our traumas, by seeing those in our universe and pulling those out, working through those, or just realizing it's not our trauma anyways, and asking the body if it's okay, if it's ready to release it. Sometimes it just needs to be validated in a lot of ways, like myself, what happened to two. Just validating it alone will help clear a larger than not portion of it. So, what is left in your frame? That's what we're asking, and that's why we're asking you to look back and see if there's anything that's going to be left to tie you to the old Earth timeline and hold you back from creating your new Earth. And so that's why we're doing and what we've been doing, what we wanted, what we're doing here, and hopefully that makes a lot of sense. Um, why we're doing what we're doing on this show here and talking about your timeline and energetic pins in that, because we want to clear those pins out of our frame, out of our timeline, so that we can step in and stay in the new earth and not be pulled between the two as well. I don't know about you, but I really don't want to go back and forth inside myself or energetically or otherwise from the old earth to the new earth to the old earth. I just want to stay in the new earth where I can clearly create and create a better universe for myself and step out of their matrix, their energetic matrix, and the traumas that I have that tie myself to my past self, right? Because it's that once we make that split, that and step over the threshold into the new earth, right? Like I said, we're not going to go back and start reading the newspaper, are we? No, of course not. We know what it is. We're not going to go back and watch the NNC. No, because we know in a lot of ways what it is. I mean, 34, is it 38 minutes a show, and the rest of it's in an hour, and the rest of it is all what? Commercials. And what's the number one advertiser on NNC? Generally speaking, it is still, yeah, Pfizer. But nonetheless. So, when we see the agendas, right? Pfizer being the number one advertiser on NNC. And right. So do we still want to play in those old pins and timelines, or do we want to just clear them and release those pins and release all of the rest of the junk that we've been carting around in that old timeline, which is what we're doing on this show, one step at a time here, so that we can step fresh, um, and new, clean into that new timeline that we're looking to create, right? Without any trauma pins or timelines or anything else. Uh, Welcome. Nice to see you here, Illumination Portal. Thank you. Here, we know who you are. So, Richie. All right. So there you go. Type again, Illumination Portal. We gave you a wrench there as well. Welcome. We're all family here. And so, yeah, if I know you and you've been here. So, I'm in the UK, Trist. Yes. Lottie is in the UK. Absolutely. So, yeah. So that's the idea, guys, is that when we look down at our timeline here, we don't see any more pins sticking up. So we're not tied to the old timeline. So we don't have our foot half in New Earth and pinky toe still sitting in the old earth old trauma body and all of that. We don't want to drag the trauma body into the new light energies, into the energies of the new earth as well. And we don't want to have to dance back and forth. We're going to see enough of the old earth. It's not like we disappear and it disappears. It just falls out of like football scores, right? I remember every Sunday back in the day, no matter where you went, especially when you were listening to the AM radio, it was giving you the time every 10 minutes, right? The time is, right? But nonetheless, or news and weather every 10 minutes, right? News, weather, and time every 10 minutes. That's it. But yeah, so you get to the football scores, right? And sometimes you'd hear it like 8 times, right? Yeah, we already know that Detroit beat whatever, and you'd hear it and you hear it. I don't hear a single football score ever in any point in any fashion during the weekend. I mean, I will, I guess, a little bit maybe at practice or something, but generally speaking, I don't hear football scores at all. Do you? I don't know. I don't get baseball. Remember, baseball. You would everybody knew if the home team won or not, right? Back in the day, and you would walk around, and yay, your team. The Bobcats won, or the Reds won, or the Padres won. Yay, whatever your home team is, right? Yay, and you'd be like, yay, and then everybody would, and you high five somebody and you just walk on, right? These strangers, if you're wearing a cap, hey, doing good this year, right? I have no clue. I don't know about you. I'm only speaking for myself. I have no clue who's the best baseball team. I haven't seen a baseball swung in nothing. So all these things fall out of your frame. And that's when we step into that new time, the new earth. It's not like we don't know baseball is there, right? We don't know that football's not there. We're just, the scores don't even show up in our frame. We have to go searching you have to go back into old earth to find the scores. You have to dive in just by going on the internet. It contains old and new earth, right? So you just go in and go into your NNC or your, OXF sports or whatever, and baseball scores, right? But yeah, I mean, you can get it in 10 seconds. But nonetheless, you see where we're going here, right? It falls away. You're not there. It's not there for you. You're not there for it. Unless you have to dive into old earth to look for it. So, all right, guys. Let's work with, so that's the purpose of what we do in a lot of ways there. It's keeping us on that new timeline, keeping us fresh, new, and exciting in the new timeline that we're trying to create on New Earth. And, old Earth with all of its traumas and dramas and wars and schmores, and we see what we're supposed to see, and what we see we send love, but we keep standing in present frame, creating our Earth there. And it doesn't mean we don't want to help this, that, or the other. If something comes around, and we, hurricanes, and want to help somebody, whatever it is, but we are standing in that creative space, working towards creating whatever we're looking for as a new energy. Good dawning. Good dawning. Oh, John. There we go. Yeah, that was weird. Sometimes the name will be missing the first letter on my end, so it's OH on Maderas. So good dawning there on. You're missing the J there, so I was like, what the hell? So yeah, thank you, John. Good dawning, and grateful to see you there, John, the guitar slinging Canadian there. Check out his channel there and his music, and he's a great soul. Check him. And Fatima, they share John's videos, so check out Fatima or John, or both. And all right, guys, so let's work with the golden healer. And as we heal ourselves from the old timeline, we pour more of ourselves pour into the new timeline that we were looking to create. And each and every one of us will find we have that threshold or delineation point that we cross, right? Into the new timeline where we start to create, and everything old just kind of starts to strip away. That's where we are at this point. And with Cancer being in Jupiter there, or Jupiter and Cancer being together, it makes it easy for the Cancers to do so. But all of us, really, if we're grounding into that new Earth energy, and so moving forward in our universes as we kind of, it's like into that new Earth, and we're just like, and then eventually like a slinky, right? More and more of us will pull, and then eventually we let go, and we're all in the new Earth, and we don't have anything. We let go, the slinky lets go, and then shoom, the rest of us catches up to the us in the new Earth. But right now we're still that slinky in the old Earth and in the new Earth, and a lot of us in between. So don't fall for the old Earth games. The old Earth game, yeah, exactly. So don't fall for her games. Don't fall back into her trap. And the more I DoorDash, be careful where you eat, because there's a lot of grumpy people making dark, energetic food, and so be careful of that too. I've seen some people say some real lovely stuff, and then hand me food, and it's like, ooh, let's clear the energies for whoever's going to eat it. So yeah, be careful of that as well. But and if you haven't noticed, the old Earth, not the new Earth, is just an energetic suck, right? And we'll get into that tomorrow. How the old Earth wants to eat your energies and take swallow you out and spit you up. It reminds me of like when you get a car, right? And you take it to the dump. You drop it off at the auto dump, and they're going to compress it, and so they take the car and they smash it into a cube, right? About yay big, and so to speak. Exactly. That's the way I see the old Earth energy wanting to kind of grab you and box you into a cube there where you can't figure a way to get out, right? And so don't let it come back in, and we're going to talk about that tomorrow, the old Earth. But yeah, so, and we'll talk about finding those pins in our frame there that are left so that we can clear it. And once we clear those energetic pins, the ties that bind us to old Earth, right? And that's when it all really rolls into the big ball that we're doing here. It's to clear the energies of the old so that we step into our new frame, our new Earth, the creative timeline that we're doing. Without trauma, without drama, and without having to ever watch NNC. Yeah, there's this really great Chinese restaurant in town here where I live, and I'll DoorDash there, and the food comes out, it's fine. The energy is there, even the cook's energy is pretty good. He comes out, smiles, hi, how are you? You know, and really, I mean, it's a really good place. But they keep NNC or computer TV news, MS, Microsoft TV, and their news channel. There you go. They on one or the other on all the time. And so when you walk in there, I'll never eat in there because the energy is just too dense, because it's always NNC. And if you've ever seen NNC, what is it? Pictures of war and violence and this and that. Anything to drag, and dissing the president, and whether you believe in him or not, or whether you like the president. I'm not political, but yeah, and it's just the energies of being somebody that they just want to keep trouncing on and watching that. And so yeah, so I'll never eat in there, and that would be like old Earth, right? So these things are just gonna fade away, right? And you won't even want to walk into those energies. Like, at least they got rid of that NNC airport. Remember that, when you would like go to the airport, and that's the only thing on every channel. It's like the CNN nightmare, NNC nightmare. It's like it's everywhere, and you can't get rid of it, and it's like every single TV, everywhere you look, right? And if you watch it, that's fine. Everyone's at their own vibration, but that'll keep you in the old Earth. You'll never get to the new Earth unless you can put that away first, in some aspect, because it's just going to take your energy, right? We all just don't want to watch that, and then we walk around all depressed, and that's what they want, and so we don't want that. We don't want to play in that at all. We want to see through it to the light. All right, guys. So we're gonna get ready to close out here and work with this for just a couple of minutes, and then we'll close out with a group hug. And Have a fantastic day. All right. I check mainstream news from time to time to see where some people are at. There you go. That's the point. And of course, yeah, with their number one advertiser and generally all of those being Slicer there, then yeah, exactly. So agenda, schmagenda, whatever it is. Anytime there's a big commercial behind it, then there's got to be some exactly. And for those who don't know, you can look up the Smith-Mundt Act. Look that up. I'm not going to go much more into, but that removes that was removed by previous president, previous president, not the previous president. There we go. First term or second term, I don't know, but yeah. So, anyways, that allowed the CIA. Once the Smith-Mundt Act was repealed, it then allowed the CIA or corporations to create news articles, and then slip them into the news, but you wouldn't know. So corporations can create news articles and then shop them to NNC or faux news, and then they call it news. It just slipped in there through the Smith-Mundt Act, though. Once that was repealed, and yeah, so interesting stuff. So here we go, guys. We're gonna work with the Golden Healer. What are we looking to heal? What are you looking to heal out of your old timeline so that you can have a fresh new timeline in the new Earth? That's why we go through the dark night of the soul, right? We clear ourselves out of the old Earth, and we see all the traumas, the dramas, and all the stuff that's stuck to the trauma body, and then we take our light body into the 5D new Earth, right? We can't carry the trauma body into the new Earth, into the light new Earth, right? Especially if it's dense and holding dense trauma energy, it's too heavy to carry into the new Earth. It won't work. It don't want to go. Nova, right? I never understood why Chevy made a car it was called Nova, no go, Nova, Chevy Nova. I wonder why it was the least selling car ever in the history of Chevy to Hispanic speaking individuals. Nova, no go. Yeah, how'd you get that? Your Nova new car? It's bueno. No, it's a Nova. You mean it doesn't go? No, it's a Chevy Nova. Right. All right, guys. Here we go. Golden Healer. There. What are you looking to heal from your old timeline? Shovel it into the Golden Healer there, and we will shovel it out of your frame. Right. So we're going to send some energy to what you're looking to heal inside yourself from the old timeline, and so we can slip into that new timeline, the lighter, more loving, more abundant timeline that we're looking to create on new Earth. Even though we have to share the same currency, so to speak, as the older Earth, we're just going to be more abundant with it in the new Earth, right? We see money differently in the new Earth, right? We don't see it as anything karmic. We see it as something that we are worthy to have, right? Choice, because it equals choice. And the new Earth is all about choice, right? Here we go, guys. All right, so with your permission here, energetics works best. Suzette, good dawning. And all right, here we go. So what you're seeing me do is clear. If you're seeing me do any of this, pulling out any energetic blocks I'm feeling from you guys, that to clear that, what you've got blocked in your old timeline. So as we cross the threshold, right, into the new timeline where we step through and find that most of our pins have disappeared, at least the pins that we know of have been removed, so that we can clear ourselves into the new timeline, our new Earth, right? Our new higher timeline. As we cross that threshold, what is blocking you maybe from doing so? All right, what do you feel might be blocking within your frame? Use this Golden Healer to unblock that, ground that into the Golden Healer itself. We don't want that. Ooh. All right, somebody's got something going on. I'm going to pull this out here. Hang on. It's like right here. I don't know if you feel this. This is you. I got to grab it first. Wow. All right, let's cut that. All right. So as you clear your dramas and traumas, more of you can delineate yourself by being more in 3D or more in 5D, right? You can start to shift. That's where we notice when we flip-flop, right? 3D, 5D, 3D, 5D, 5D, 3D. But the more pins you pull out of your frame, the lighter you're out of your timeline, out of your frame, out of you, that have grounded you to the old timelines, old 3D timeline. And the more you step into your light body, zing, zang, zoom, the more you step into your universe in 5D, the more you, right. That's what we're trying to do here, guys. Victor, my flower girl was fun size, a tortie. She was almost 21 before she crossed over the Rainbow Bridge. Oh, favor. A 21-year-old. Wow. Speaking of 21, we're 21 here right now. All right. So we're clearing, blocking you, what's still in your old timeline. Use the golden healer to clear that out. And if you don't know if there's anything in your timeline, ask your higher self what's left. What's next? Show me if there's anything left to clear. And then just let go and watch what happens. And if you're not sure, ask your higher self, are we clear? Is there anything left? Ask your body as well. Put your hand on your heart and you can ask your body if there's anything left within it that it thinks it needs to clear. Let's break this all up. All right, we're going to do this just for another minute here, guys. So whatever's left within your frame, clear this out. Thank you. Here, let's just zoom in for a second here. There we go. All right, let's seal this up. So again, what are you looking? We're going to give it just one more here. So throw into your frame, and if you're not sure if there's anything left in your timeline that you need to clear, ask your higher self before you go to bed to show you in your dreams if there's anything that may be blocking. If you can remember your dreams. I generally do not. So, but your results may vary on that. But if you remember your dreams, then whatever's left in your trauma body may come through in your dreams as well, to help clear that for you. We're going to seal this off, guys. All right. Seal hermetically. Wow. All right. So that is, you guys we're all sealed here. Sealed with a kiss, right? All right, guys. So thank you all for being here today. Sorry for rushing late. But I sat down and then poof, I fell asleep. But yeah, we got to figure out some things here. But for now, good dunning. We'll truck on. But eventually we will shuffle times again. Once my universe lands in a more stable, my universe is stable, how you state things. But as we work towards shifting things to a more flowy, abundant state, there we go. The time may shift based on how my universe decides or chooses to shift around all of that. So I appreciate your understanding. Next week, we'll have some earlier shows. I got to figure out the sitch at the hotel and all that, and what time I need to be at work versus the shift starts at 6 a.m. So 6 to 6. So we'll figure all that out and figure out what time we're going to do good dunning here, but most likely it'll be a half an hour show, and at 5 a.m. would be my guess. But just for a couple of days, and then we'll go back to our regularly scheduled time. But thank you all so much. Today is Wednesday, and so on today, who is live? Hershey's live today. I knew that generally on Wednesdays. I think she is. But yeah, a lot of people. I don't even know if Care Bear's live. She hasn't been. Not in the past. And if you're still here, Hershey, are you live today? I know Care Bear has not been live the past few days, so our results may vary here, but I can't go check. But if she is, she'll be live at 8:30. Otherwise, tonight we have Truth Wave and Mo, are of course. Momshi, there we go. Momshi Fee, if you want to go sing some karaoke. But I don't know who's live anymore at this point today. Today's Wednesday, so yeah, today we will have live. Krista and PG will be live, because Krista and PG are still going live at least 3 times a week, 2 or 3. And Saturday, Chloe and I will be live, not Memorex, with the the best of what Chloe has in her current clip as she wants to thin down before she has done that to put on the website. So you may see some repeats and whatnot, but this is I don't want to type it into the website. So let's clear the deck sale that Chloe will be having on Saturday. So join us for the Clear the Deck sale on Saturday with Chloe. It'll be just after Truthwave on my channel. And so, yeah, and really, Mom, she was live this AM already. Wow, she comes and goes. She's a busy gal. And check out some of her shorts. If you go on Mom, she's on a moped running around, or a scooter or an e-bike. I don't know what it is. Two wheels that roll, right, with a motor. And she's running around in the Philippines there, and it's you get interesting shots of the town of Manila and downtown and whatnot. So check it all out, guys. All right, so let's close this out with a group hug. All right, so before we do, we're gonna take a couple deep breaths just to center down, and then jump into tomorrow. We'll do some. We did not do gratitude today. That's okay, because we're grateful every day, and we don't have to do it every single day, but we will ground into gratitude tomorrow. And we'll also clear some. Get ready to clear some energies on Friday for the weekend. And all right, so take a deep breath in, and we're going to close this out. We're just centered down for our group hug. Breathe in and release. Val, all right, Val with Illumination Portal, thank you. I thought you might be live too. I wasn't totally sure, but you answered that. I'm going to swap pins here. Replace pin message. There we go. So Val, if you're not subscribed to Val with Illumination Portal, thanks for joining us, Val. I am grateful, and it's a blessed. I'm really thank you for gracing us. I'm truly thank you. And please do come back and subscribe. If you made it this far with us in the rewind or replay, subscribe, hit the bell, and check out Val tonight. Illumination Portal. She will be live, not Memorex. And all right, guys, so let's close this out with a hug from the group, a group hug, a big Josh hug, as Victor would say, on Truthwave Energy Meditation at the 9:45. That's East Coast on the AM and PM. All right, guys, so all right, take a deep breath, hold it 4 seconds, and release. One more. We do threes, so 2 more. Breathe in and release. And 1 more. Breathe in and release. All right, so let's close this out with the Josh hug. So left hand up on the person to your left, right arm up, person to your right. And we take our love, and we take our love from our left hand here and spin it out of our left hand all the way through each and every one of us, and it'll cut through each and every one of our hearts as well. And so as we collect our love into one big heart and spin it around through each other, our love spins and grows larger and faster. And we take that love that's spinning around and our one big heart, as we are now connected with our love, and lock it like a reverse tornado up into the greater source field, the larger energetic field. And we hold it there. And we see, as we see each and everyone in the greater source field in love, and we see, of course, each and everyone here in love and peace and favor as well. And we take each and every one of us on this planet with 4 walls. We see everybody on this planet living in a house, right? Of course, you can put everybody in a house on this planet in Texas. 2 bedrooms, 2,000 square feet, or 3 bedrooms with a smaller house. And each and every one will have what? An acre of land. So what's going on here, right? So we don't have a population problem. We have an inner city population density problem. When you can put each and every individual on this planet, man, woman, and child, in a home, 2 bedrooms with 2,000 square feet, and an acre of land in Texas. We see each and every one living in those homes with fresh fruits and vegetables and clean running water. Each and every one on this planet deserves to have fresh vegetables and clean running water. And 50% of our fresh vegetables never make it to any home. They rot in the field, they die, they don't get in transportation. They don't make it in transportation. They mold out before they get to the grocery store or what have not. Or they get, you're right, exactly. They just don't make it to the table. And in that aspect, water, for example, as well. Nobody should be having to run down to the lake or the river or to use a life straw to drink or what have you. Everybody should have the right to fresh water right there from their home. And if you have 10% or more humidity, there's at least a half dozen companies that are creating boxes and have created boxes that pull water out of the thin air, the humidity out of the air. So there you go. There's no reason why anybody should be boiling water in front of their house and waiting for it to cool down to drink. Again, it's all about apathy on this planet, and we have an apathy problem. We don't have a water problem. We see each and everybody on this planet, of course, as well, with love and purpose. For some reason or another, we find that some people are not worthy of love or purpose on this planet, and that is not correct. And people find themselves unworthy of love or purpose, and that is not correct as well. Everybody deserves love and purpose. We are all exactly the same source. It's the traumas that are clinging to our bodies that are dragging us left, right, or the other way. We see the Mother Gaia, of course, with no X's or O's in the sky, and of course, nothing, no chemicals in her soil, no forever chemicals or plastics. And of course, we see the soldiers of the world putting down their weapons and apologizing to those they would have shot. Otherwise, without knowing them, we see the governments who have been grifting, grafting, lying, stealing, and manipulating from each and every one of us, apologizing to each and every one of us for grifting, grafting, lying, stealing, manipulating. And we see the governments of the world having a twist, playing Twister. And whoever's left from the game of Twister, from the world leaders there, it'd be the world's largest game of Twister. But whoever's left, maybe, but whoever's left from the large game of Twister there, whatever world leader can state that they are the most flexible and can stop being inflexible and creating situations that the world may not appreciate. We see each and every one of us in our highest love and light. We see Suzette with respite care for her mother, her car completely repaired, and of course, her mother not turning off the heat or the AC in the middle of the night or unplugging the fridge. We see Lindsay in a better situation with more abundance in her universe. We see Yolanda, who's healing from her fall. We see Amanda Haventer. We see Amanda healing from her dad, healing from his surgery, as we heard yesterday. We see Rick totally healed from his cancer. We see Karen Suki not going to her doctor ever again and totally healed from whatever she's got. We see blindly inspired as visually inspired. And we see each and every one of you out there, whatever is going on in your universe. And if I don't say anything, I just really don't know. We see Chloe, of course, healed as well. Her knee healed and everything amazing there. And each and every one of us, otherwise, who is having anything going on whatsoever in your universe, we see it healed. We see you in favor, and we see it taken care of. We see each and every one of us in the highest loving light, and we see everybody amazing. And of course, we see we take our love that we've been spinning around planet Earth, and we release it up into the greater source field, and we see each other in the love that we want to see on Mother Gaia. And with that, we say hallelujah, so it is, and we close out. And there we go. All right, guys, thank you so much. Have an amazing day. Thank you all. I appreciate it. Lakeside Laura, good dawning. Welcome. Perfect timing, just as we're getting ready to end here. But thank you, Laura, and thank you for your peaceful. If you missed Laura's live yesterday, go grab some. Millie did another short as well with the bird on the ocean there. Go grab some of that as well, guys, and we will see you at Truthwave here shortly. Remember, everything you do or don't do helps create your living universe. So if you still have pins keeping you to the darkness that is your old timeline there, as you release those pins from your frame out of your timeline and realize that the trauma didn't even really exist to begin with, you stand in your light body, and as you stand in that light body, you realize that you are a creator. And what does it make you do? Helps you to create your loving living universe a lot easier than standing in the trauma body. All right, guys, thank you, and I will see you all in the next. Thank you. Love you.